What's up? What's up? I ain't been live in a long time. What's going down with y'all? Um, I'm doing clairvoyant readings. Um, going to what I want to say here. I'm gonna do clairvoyant readings here. $30, or you can just click the donation link and do the $30. Let me know, and then I'll pull it up. Make sure you send the email so I'll get it that you paid. Um, this energy here lately, though, I'm hoping everybody's been doing well. I took quite a bit of a break here. I tried to get some things in between as far as doing readings with you all, but I didn't get a chance to really just keep up. You know what I'm saying? So I just, at this point, um, there's just a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? So, and for the most part, it works out. If you catch this after and you still want a clairvoyant reading, just hit the donation link with the $30, and then email me, and I email it to you, or I can send you the private link while I'm doing the reading, and then you can get it then. You know what I'm saying? So we can go from there, type of energy. But I feel like a lot of you are dealing with things and situations that just haven't panned out like you wanted them to. Um, a lot of people are standing on their ground, like standing in their truth, standing their ground as far as what's going on around them, what's been going on, how things have been panning out, how just going through the motions. This holiday, a lot of people have been anticipating this holiday, but a lot of things have been going on. This double dose of COVID is what I call it, that then hit again. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are kind of frantic. They're panicking. At the same time, a lot of people feel like, hey, it's just what it is at this point. The shutting down and all this kind of stuff that's going on. A lot of you are dealing with people who shut down anyway, who shut down on a regular. So we just have to really just stay abreast of what's going on, stay on top of things, and not give up. Not give up on what's going on in your life. Not so much putting fuel to the fire of negativity, but for the most part, doing what it takes to get to the next level. Okay. A lot of people are a little frantic and a little scared about what's going on, but we have to stay positive about what it is, and just kind of hang on, right? um, we're kind of just out and about enjoying the day today, um, and just wanted to kind of like just, I had a few messages here like for some people, and one of them, somebody's scared as far as where to go from here. They've gotten bad news, whether it's from family members, loved ones, but I feel like it's a health concern that you gotten bad news on. And then it's kind of like you don't know, like, how when you start going through things, and then some people say it's shock, you know. I'm just going to back my chair up a little bit here. Some people say it's shock. And then sometimes, how you just go into, like, don't know what to think, don't know what to say, don't know what to do. A lot of people go into that energy, and I feel like this person here has went into like shock. You can't even think of the things that you were thinking of before. And then at the same time, a lot of you are dealing with outside influences in your energy, like that Three of Swords energy, where people are just in your energy, or certain people are in your energy, and it's like it's draining you. It's trying to take you out of your element of thought. A lot of you are good at planning. Whoever this is for, you're good at planning, but people have been attacking that gift, that ability, or they've been coveting it, so they've been praying for it, that they take it from you. So it's like, okay, I can't even plan for tomorrow. I didn't lost my ability to plan. That's because somebody's taking that from you. Also, there's there's something going on here with some people who are I feel like some of you are dealing with relatives who need somewhere to stay, and they've like overstayed their welcome, or they've crossed boundaries, things of that nature. But a lot of you didn't put the rules in place, so it's like the boundaries have been crossed, but it wasn't intentional. It's just you hadn't thought about the process that everyone does not live the same. You know, we don't live the same life, and no one's taking that into consideration. We have different lives that we live. And I say no one because it's like, you feel like somebody's been to your house enough times to know how you live, and they don't know the intimate details of how you live. You know, even myself, I go to somebody's house. I'm old enough to be observant how someone lives because that's just how I am. But everybody's not being observant, especially when you're younger. You don't know that, we don't put certain things in the trash can. Or, I know when I went to someone's house a while back, they didn't flush their tissue. And that was just so wow to me. That messed my head up, that just messed me up completely. So I didn't, but it's their house. So I was just like, okay, so what you do with this tissue? We just throw it in the trash. But then it answered the question that I had always had whenever I go by there, because I didn't eat there or anything, but the house always smelled like pee or boo boo, because it didn't. They was throwing their tissue straight in the trash, So, and then when you got close to the restroom, I don't think I had to use I really hadn't had to use the restroom, or usually, but I'm the type, I go by and use the restroom. If I haven't been home, I'll go to a gas station to use the restroom or a restaurant before I go to someone's house. I've always done that. And then if I'm there and we drinking, hanging out, and I have to use it, then that's different. But that's how it happened. It was like, oh no, we don't flush tissue over here. And I was like, well, okay, wow. You know what I'm saying? That's just not how I was, brought up. I wasn't even used to that. And I was grown when someone told me that, and they were way older than me. So, and I say that to say this here, a lot of people are dealing with people during these trying times. People need somewhere to stay, and things of that nature. And they don't live like you. You don't have the same outlook. You're not doing the same things. You know what I'm saying? So definitely just kind of pay attention to that when it comes down to what exactly is going on in your life or what's going on in other people's lives. Because sometimes the enemy will take some of the smallest things and mess up a blessing. Because see, a lot of you are praying for blessings, and you got people, or you have people in your life. They're different. No one's the same, but they're not really in. Some of you are on the verge of throwing in a towel on being a blessing to someone, not knowing that you have a blessing pending. Let me see if you can get through this. Let me see if you're going to outthink this situation. Because, we have to learn to outthink our opponent. And sometimes our opponent is ourselves. So we have to really understand where we're really going with a situation. Not saying that I need this, so I'm going to be this. No, you still need to be on your best behavior regardless of what you need or where you're going. And that's the difference. Where are we really going with this situation? What do we really need? I always try to figure out the best route without the problems. Like some people are playing discord in your life, but they really can't pinpoint because they don't know you. It's hard to plan something in somebody's life and you live nowhere near each other on the spectrum. You do chaos and you do peace. There's two different things going on here, and some people try to plan chaos. And there are people that know someone's trying to plan chaos and they play aloof, they play dumb, or they act like they don't know this about this person. We have people in our lives who basically there are bullies that get mad at you for standing up for yourself. Like, they want to come in and bully, and then they get mad at you when you tell them what the hell to get off at. No, you need to go stay in your lane, bro. You got too much you dealing with to be over here in my stuff. But some people want to be a bully, and then when they can't do that, they use a lower vibrational person to come and do some dirty work. So that's why I say there are some different things in the energy a lot of you are dealing with. You may be fussing with one person, but then there's somebody in the background, and then all of a sudden now you and this person cool, but there's somebody in the background that they sent to do you something. We have to pay attention to what's really going on in this energy. And that's why I'm doing the $30 clairvoyant readings. If you want a clairvoyant reading, you can get it sent to you, or you can get it done live here. Just click the donation link in the description box, and just put in the $30 and then send it to my email. But for the most part, there are things that are going on a lot of people aren't even aware of, or they're aware something's going on, but they can't pinpoint it. They can't figure out what's happening. And I'm going to go live again probably around 6. This, like I said, this is something that the universe wanted me to put out, as far as what. Hey, what's up there? How are you today? There are a lot of people that's really going in, but a lot of relatives that have passed over, they've been here too. A lot of them, I've been talking to quite a few of them as far as people's purpose, their journey, and I said people's, so not cool. But as far as a person's journey and where they're going, and how they're faring. That's why I say a lot of people, there are a lot of things that are going on that that's what's up. I just wanted to get this message out for those that need it. It's good you're doing good. And and just staying in tune, just staying in touch. And that's what we need to do. We need to stay in touch, not give up, because when things happen, if you haven't been in touch, you kind of just fall completely out. Then you have to start all the way back over, and then pick up with the plan that was in place as far as the problem that came about. And that's the thing about people now. A lot of people aren't really just giving into the energy and living the life, living a true life, a life of glory, a life of victory. I just, at this point, I tell anybody, what I'm saying, definitely do what it takes to win for your life, because we all don't do the same things. That's why when I see the celebrities and things of that nature, and they're kind of crying out for help, they did what it takes to get there. Whatever it took to get there, they did it. Whatever it takes to get this money, I'm going to go get it. That's why it's like, okay, if you believe in the sacrifices, and if you believe in all of this that they're doing, and I don't know who needs to hear this, if you believe in this, then that's one thing. But it doesn't matter here or there in my life, because you have to realize we are bound by the rules that we play by. I may not play by those rules, but I do have some rules governing me. Now, when I enter into this building, the rules that apply to this building, I have to abide by. I have to. That's just like somebody was arguing when the mask thing first came about. And we was catching like this trolley. And it said that you had to have a mask on to get on, to do business with them. And it was like, well, I don't have to have the mask. I don't want to wear the mask. This is a public place. No, this is a business. Public transportation is a business. If you are getting on a bus, a train, or whatever to do business with them, you have to abide by their rules. Some people have really gotten out of context. That's just like, well, even me. If you want to catch a ride with me, you don't have to wear a mask. I take enough herbs to where we don't get sick. But everybody not on that playing field. But I just, and if you need herbs, definitely email me, because like I say, I have packages with the herbs. I just haven't put that in the description box yet. But anyway, I have teas, like the peel herbs and the capsules. Um, and I have creams coming out too. I don't have my creams yet. They're on their way. But for the most part, it's just different things that are going on that people are not really adhering to, or they're giving into the distractions of the foolishness. You know, um, I even had a dream. Some of you are being looked at by people who are in the limelight, who are in, maybe they are entertainers, professional athletes. Some of you are being looked at, but these people want to look through your things. They want to see what you're made of, because they probably, if they had what you had, they probably wouldn't have signed up with whatever they signed up with. See, a lot of people are realizing that, I must be missing something to do all this stuff just for money, to become a homosexual just for money, to be pervert, to be, I call it crashed out. You just letting people crash you out. You just kind of, you're doing whatever just to sign a deal that it cannot even be put in the deal because it's illegal. But in order for me to keep the contract that I did sign with you, I got to go over here and give everybody head, or I got to let them run the train on me. And there are a lot of you that have not folded. You didn't go through that. So you have people that went through that, and they're watching you to see why you didn't have to do that, why you didn't fall for it. Now, it may not be a worldwide celebrity, but it could be a celebrity in your niche. It could be somebody well known in the arena that you deal in. If you are an activist in your community, it could be somebody that's well known in the community that takes bribes. And they're like, you're not doing that, but you got just as much fame as I do, or you're still making it. Why is that? Because you have to understand the integrity that comes along with accepting. People always say, well, don't, I say people, a lot of tarot readers say, you can't accept money from everybody. Well, you better be praying, because you don't know what's on that money, that you get from the store, the change. You don't know what's on the money that somebody gives you. A lot of people have people who've been giving them money for years, and that money, and the money is cursed money. The money's been sitting up being prayed over. And I was looking for you to give you this change, and they've been praying on that money for the last 2 months. And you can't never seem to get it together. Or some of you know people like that. They just can't never seem to get it together. It's always something. And that's why I say we don't even realize, and a lot of stuff we think just comes to us. It come to our kids. It come to our siblings. Somebody want a piece of what you have. I've learned here recently. Oh, they say don't tell that part. Okay. But I will say this here. People will come in wanting a piece of what you have, just so they can curse that piece. So like they can try to curse that piece for it to never work out, for it to always be an issue. And it's like, but if that piece is not right anyway, it's something that you're going to discard and do over, the curse fails. See, people don't understand that theory. If somebody comes along while you're in work in progress, and what they curse won't stay with you anyway, you have to discard it. That jacket, it may look like a nice jacket, but the lining ripped out. It's tore up. But on the outside, it look like it's doing its job. But on the inside, no guts. And somebody probably coveting the jacket based off what they see and not so much what it does. Not knowing that the jacket's on its last leg, and I'm just gonna when I'm through with the jacket, I'm gonna throw it away. And they didn't put a curse on that jacket because they wanted it and they feel like you shouldn't have had it. Well, you're right, I shouldn't have had it because I'm better than that. I need me a jacket that's gonna keep me warm. So you throw it away, and the curses that was on it is gone too. And people think you have more than what you have. Just a work in progress. Okay, I'm gonna finesse this. I'm gonna make this look good. May not stay, may not look good forever, but I'm gonna make it look good. A lot of people don't know how to leave their jobs, these companies. They don't know how to leave. Been on these companies, been on these jobs for years, and really have no sense of direction. They're just kind of in the wind. I know I could do better, but this is the best I can get. How you know you can do better, but this is the best you can get? How do you say all that in the same breath, same sentence? That's because the self-sabotaging effect is still on a lot of people. I won't do better because, one, I don't believe I can have better. Two, I don't believe that I could actually stand. But what you do, you go hard in. You just don't believe in yourself enough when it's time to produce. When it's time to manifest. A lot of people use these big terms today, the manifestation, this and that, and they don't manifest like they need to because they don't believe. They don't even believe stuff exists. Or because they talked to somebody that they hadn't cut loose yet, talked them out of it. You can't do that yet. Don't you got to have a lot of money? You ain't got a lot of money. You got a little money, but you ain't got a lot of money. They will talk you out of stuff, and it sounds very innocent. But this person has been put here, their purpose to talk you out your shit. I'm just drinking some ice water. The ice that melted. It's so hot out here. My kids wanted to come to the park. It rained this morning. And I was like, man, I know it's going to be a hot day. The truck says 90 degrees. It was 97 yesterday. I just know we have to get prepared for what's coming. We can't stand and expect let me give this example. I was where was I at? What was that one store? I was getting prepared to stand a long time. I didn't know I hadn't been to this place. It was a business. I was expecting the lines to be long. Just was prepared for just the longest day ever. And I had paid for 12 hours of parking. I wasn't in that building 5 minutes. Wasn't no line. The lady who helped me hadn't had a customer, I don't know, probably in weeks, looked like, because she was slow as molasses getting my paperwork together. But I anticipated a long line. I anticipated a lot of people. I anticipated I didn't want to have to get out of line to go back and pay for parking and this and that. And there was no line. There wasn't anything. No one, and even the security guard was falling asleep on the desk. And I was concerned that I hadn't been standing long. Like, I usually don't stand long. But I didn't know what to expect. I was in another city. I was in this other build. I was in a business that I haven't done business with before. I anticipated everything being long and drawn out. And I say that to say this here. I hadn't been standing up. I hadn't been doing none of that. And then when I ended up, I was concerned. So I kind of changed my workout regimen after that, because I was concerned that I wouldn't be able to stand. I said, I haven't been standing a long time. This is such a, I feel like this was a big city. It may have long lines and things of that nature. And I wasn't prepared to stand. Even though I had never had problems standing, my mind automatically went to that. So then I was thinking, I was like, that projection. People will project ailments onto you that you ain't never dealt with. All of a sudden now you got an ailment. I started thinking about, okay, somebody's projecting onto me. No one knew that I went there for that. No one knew anything. But when you're dealing with old souls, people that's been here a while in the flesh, when you're dealing with people who are casting spells and things of that nature on you that are older people, depending on the age of the person, depends on the type of spell that they put out there for you. I had never thought about standing too long. I was really concerned. I had never thought about that before. But I realized that came from someone who can't stand long. Someone who probably gonna fall over by after 20 minutes. It ain't funny, but it's funny how they project their ailments onto you when you didn't ever have that ailment. That was never even an issue. So I really challenge you to actually think past what it is you have going on so that you can honestly see where this stuff is coming from. Some things you honestly can't relate to, but they on you. Like, where did this come from? Oh, this came from the person who's struggling with this. I wouldn't have never thought. I wouldn't have never thought they would go that far. It's not that I didn't think that they would do that. This person, I already knew they was doing dirt against me. They was doing witchcraft against me. But I never would have thought that it would have went that way. That cold water be good. But I just really believe it's so much going on that we really need to pay attention to how far we plan on going with a situation. We can't let things slide past us and be like, okay, well, I'll deal with it later. Nah, you need to go and chop that up right quick in a quick prayer right quick right now. Go and call it out right now, because if something else go down, then you have the authority and the power because you've already addressed it. We have to address issues that are coming up. We just can't sit back, and everything is not addressed, by verbiage. Everything's not addressed like that. If you address it in the mind and the mental space, you do good. You do real good. I just tell people all the time, handle your business. Handle your own business. Because when it come down for somebody else to handle it, you ain't gonna like it. Things are gonna always be to the point of where we really need to go, and what we really need to do is going to manifest on another level. You know what I'm saying? Without despair, without problems. I just, I want you all to be not just creative, but understanding your ideas of creativity, being blessed, and working through problems without the issues of deception. Don't deceive yourself. Now, somebody can walk up and try to deceive you. You don't have to even acknowledge that's what they're doing. You don't have to acknowledge that. Just know if that's what they're trying to do, you can still play dumb with them and keep it moving. But they just don't let them deceive you. Even though you know that's what they're trying to do. You have to have a strategy for your own life. Strategy for deceivers. Strategy for your allies. You have to have a strategy going. When you get up in the morning, and you just going about your regular day, and there's no real strategy in that, then that's the issue at hand. We have to keep moving regardless of what. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all want something? Did y'all want to come in? Huh?
These Hispanics had like they four.
I'm recording right now. Don't do that. Are y'all finna get in? What y'all finna do?
No, we finna go back out.
Dad, you say she getting in. You saying you going back out. Which one is it?
Yeah, you come on because
You don't want to? You want to cool off?
yeah.
Sorry about that. See my teenager here finna go tell off on some people. Was y'all finna fight or something? You ain't gonna say no way. She ain't gonna say because she know I been got crunk. Like what the? Well, let's go get them. Know what I'm saying? But we have to really understand our strategy, our plans for what it's gonna be, and what it's gonna take. Um, and not give up on ourselves. Um not give the enemy to play on our weaknesses. Like sometimes some people it's hard to say no. But on your walk, in your journey, you've given look in my wait a minute. Look in my or go to the restroom right there and go wash your hands. Don't be looking at your hands. Yeah, they nasty. Y'all been all outside and all that old good stuff. Come on, go wash. I'll finna say go get some hand sanitizer. But go in the bathroom and wash your hands right there. Go. The enemy will have you focusing on things that don't do anything for you. That at the end of the day, you are just down and out, struggling, or you're focusing on things that just don't benefit you. Don't focus on the things that don't benefit you. Move forward past the non-benefit. You got some things that then went on that kind of just that took a toll on you, right? Deceptive energy. Get your hands off the rails. Really though. You got deceptive energy. You have the energy of the misfortune. Like, okay, let's say somebody comes in and they want something from you. And they didn't work for it. They just want a handout. Okay. With that, you want your chicken sandwich or no? Not right now, because you have to dig for them and everything, and I don't feel like all that right now. I feel like there's an energy where they're being deceived. So someone comes in and they want something from you, they didn't work for it, and basically what they want took a little bit for you to get. It could be a few $100s. It could be something that you may have gotten, like maybe some shoes, clothes. They want to use something that they can't afford to give back. And it may not have even taken you a while to get it. It's just, you won't be compensated if something happens. It's just like I was explaining one day to my daughter about how I learned about how you can give people too much because they're not used to it. They're not even used to what you're giving them. They're not even used to a nice car, a nice vehicle. And I'm not talking about everybody, but we end up dealing with people who just don't have as much as we have. Or they haven't had as much as we've had. And then what happens? They don't know how to treat your stuff. I used to be a homegirl of mine. I would let her wear my clothes, but I stopped when I saw her little sister in my shirt one day. And then she had a toothpaste stain on my shirt. And my shirt wasn't we was in a small town, so I didn't get that from somebody. I didn't get that from a store outside of where we lived. I got it from a store outside of where we lived. So it wasn't you just couldn't go back and pick that shirt up. That store wasn't even in town that we lived in. And then she was like, "Girl, I said, "Nah, you can have the shirt." But I was taught that lesson in high school. But the lesson about people being in your things and not being grateful, that lesson was taught when right out of high school in college, going to University of Houston. I was taught that lesson of how people they don't know how to take care of your stuff. They've never had that. Or you can't expect somebody to look after your stuff when they don't look after their own. Some of you are dealing with things, and then some people are very aggressive towards things because it belongs to you. Nothing's face value. And a lot of you are being taught that lesson. Nothing is face value. A lot of you, your energy has gone up, it's heightened to another level. What does that mean? You see things in a different light, and it's almost like, okay, but the ancestors didn't tell me. That's because what? You're out of ascension. You're out of the growing process. They're not going to tell you anymore. They're not going to tell you where you're going, where you've been. You need to do this and do that. Now you know. Now you're supposed to be using wisdom, the understanding that you do have, the knowledge that you have. That's what you're supposed to be using right now. So everything's not going to pan out. Everything's not going to go in a way that we think they should go, or this or that. They're not going to go in that direction. Everything's not going to pan out like, any which way. We have to plan out our things. We can't be in control of everything, but you do need to pay attention to, okay, I did not see that. I see that now, so I must have another gift. Then that means you need to go in and say, okay, God, my source, whoever your source is, what is this that I'm seeing now? We're supposed to be mature enough to say that. And what exactly am I looking at? That's another set of readings I've been working on. I just haven't published them yet. But a lot of you need to ask these questions of what are you looking at? Because if you can build that rapport, you won't have a problem standing. See, the person that tried to swap the energy with me on standing, that person don't stand long. They don't even go past of their limits. They don't even test their limits. They just know they don't stand long anymore. That comes with acceptance of what's going on with you. You become friends with your ailment. Your ailment is your home girl, your home boy. I'm going to have drinks with my diabetes. I'll holler at y'all later. Oh, no. I got neuropathy real bad. I'm finna go over here and hang out with neuropathy for a few days. I'll holler at y'all later. But that's how it is when you're dealing with stuff that you know you shouldn't be dealing with, but you hanging tough with it. Maintaining a bad relationship. We do it in the physical anyway. Anytime you're dealing with somebody that just give you the blues, or they allow you to give them the blues, you deal with toxicity on a different level. So it's easy for the other levels to maintain, to be in existence in your life. It's easy. How is it so easy? Because what? I'm already in agreement with my ailments. I'm already in agreement with things that have been sent here to take me out. Those people, not saying anything against people who are servers, who, serve your food, fix your food, do any of that. Not saying anything against any of those people. But a lot of things that go on aren't, they're not kosher. It's not cool. We sit here and we deal with people through the change and transition of moving forward and just doing whatever. But the whole point is just not cool. It's not cool how people behave. It's not cool how people get mad. It's just not cool at what's going on. We have to already know where we're really going. Everything is not going to just drop in our lap. You know, you heal through healing hands, you got to get in there. You know, you have that healing tap, or you can look at a thing and see beyond what it is. You have to start using your gifts to the point of maturity. And if you know not being able to stand long is a weakness, you need to work that out. Work them weaknesses out. We don't need to give up on ourselves because that self-sabotage behavior is already there. For a lot of us, it's in our culture. For a lot of us, we're not in tune with everybody around us like we need to be. We're just giving up, not going the distance, just falling apart. And then a lot of you are being nudged by your ancestors. They're talking to you. They're trying to get your attention. They want you to do more. They want you to say more. They want you to acknowledge them more. And it's just like you're missing it. Just not even. And it's not like you're trying to miss it. You're just not aware because you're not standing for long periods of time. You're not in the meditation for long periods of time. It takes time to know their voice and hear their voice. Some people do it for like a few weeks and then all of a sudden they're tired. Or they're just like they don't see the fruits of their labor yet. You have to break down barriers to hear things, to see things that you don't normally see. You know, different chakras are closed at different times because of the different truths, because of the disagreements, because of the different deceptions. A lot of people think their heart chakra is open because they love people and I'm nice to people and this and that. Your chakra probably closed tighter than some doors that's been nailed shut. When you struggle with compassion and empathy for people that you know, your heart chakra is closed. When you really haven't cried in a long ass time, your heart chakra is closed. When you are upset with people that you know personally and they are having a hard time, and if you knew somebody else that you didn't know personally was going through that, you probably would cry, lend a helping hand. Your heart chakra is closed. It don't make you a bad person. It just means that a lot of these energies are supposed to flow. If they're not flowing, they're closed. If I'm still mad, if I'm still mad at my ex-husband, and I'm not tripping on nothing that he has going on. But just to give you an example, on my own personal example, if I'm still upset with him, I can't function in the true love of helping other people heal. He human too. I'm not to be his judge on how he treated me, on how we treat each other. I can only be accountable for what I've done, what I've said, period. The deeds that I did. Now, does that mean if he needs my help, if he needs me to, give him help as far as like what I offer, it's still he's still going to be a customer like anybody else. But it's not my job to not give someone help because I personally dislike them. That's a closed heart chakra. Because you have to be able to see beyond what another person has done you. I'm not mad at you. Because I know what you've done to me, you're going to be accountable for. But if you acknowledge that you need help spiritually, and I can help you spiritually, I'm going to help you. Because my help is not going to go against me. I'm not going to sit up and be mad that you got healed. Why would I do that? That's a hater. But if you're like that, something wrong with you. Your heart chakra is closed. You're really not a loving person. You have to love people beyond their mess. Can you do that? And have to be okay with some things that you know you wouldn't do. That's not my place to judge you. Now, if the Creator gives me something to tell you that goes against what you do and it's not right, exposing that thing, then that's just what it is. Or if the Creator said no, that part of what they need won't come from you. You have to understand your place. All healings don't come from me. Everything that you need out of a situation will not come from me. There are levels to your healings. We have to know that. There are a lot of people offering healings, readings, things of that nature. But where are you really going with it? And how long do you plan on being there? We all have things that we have to do. The accountability is risky. Because especially when you're still worried about what people gonna think. If you can stand and be accountable for something, then that's part, and being accountable is also part of your testimony. Being able to say, well, I used to be this way, or I did this. Some of you are not where you want to be because you aren't you don't want somebody to see you in a light that you used to be in. But you really need to expose that light so that you can walk in your newness with someone. There are a lot of people that don't get into their connections, their relationships, because of hiding the connection, hiding the relationship, hiding what they used to do. I used to be a womanizer. I used to be a prostitute. A lot of people are that and don't want to claim it. A lot of people used to be in relationships just for the money. Ain't that what that is? There are some people, like I said, we deal with people, and a lot of people will stop showing up when they realize that you're not going to let them be themselves. You're not going to let me be me. Or you're not going to give me my options. You're just going to think for me. I get that a lot with people who I don't talk as much as I used to. Now, I may be on here just running my mouth, but I don't talk as much as I used to. You know, I may come across friends. I just thought about I need to call somebody I dreamed about and see how they doing. But a lot of times people won't give you your options because they feel like they could think better for you, or they know the system better. And I dealt with that these last few months with somebody, different people actually, just kind of, because they know this arena better than I do. They didn't give me my options. I just went a whole nother route that I didn't even have to go. And that in itself, and then a lot of people, because you only deal with certain groups, certain entities one time, they don't put in their complaint, whether it's spiritual or natural. If you've been wronged by a source, a major source, and I'm saying a major source, like maybe a heavy hitter in the game that you was in, you know, if you've been wronged by them, you do need to put in Not even if you don't sue them, you still need to put in an official complaint for whatever it is that company is in. Whether it needs to be a notarized complaint or anything like that, because you have to understand people only go so far until the right voice comes along or enough voices come along. But if there are no voices, people just get away with it. Or all the silent cries. I'm not going to worry about it. How many I'm not going to worry about it is it out there? I was wronged by a corporation, and I realized they did it to everybody, but no one said anything. And I'm like, well, God, dog, nobody ain't say nothing. I'm finna hit them in their pocket. They ain't need to be fooling with me like that. And then y'all steady making money and y'all ain't been hit yet. I'm finna hit you. That's my idea. That's my goal. Some people say it's wrong. Hell, if it was wrong, why nobody ain't done nothing about it? Why so many complaints on the same issue? That's because nobody's not reporting them. People gonna get away with what they can, and people usually don't change until it's about money. When the money when the money becomes an issue, when the money's taken away, when the payments stop, then we got a problem. Because now you concerned about not paying your bills or not spoiling your kids, tricking off on your wife or your husband. What they say, it ain't tricking if you got it. But if you done stole it from my pocket, you really didn't have it. I just feel like there are a lot of different energies out here that people aren't. We're focusing on the stuff that don't matter. You worrying about your homeboy, your homegirl, your cousin that didn't give your $50 back. But this company up here, they done wronged you. They done broke some of your rights. They done violated you. And you won't even sue them for a couple G's, 100 G's. And you could get it. But you weren't and gossiping and slandering somebody's name behind $50. Polo shirt. My Timberland boots. I let them wear my Air Max. They tore them up. But they said they lost them. But you get violated up there at the corner store. And you don't do nothing about it. You could do something and put them people out of business for discrimination. But you won't do nothing about it. But I tell people though, if somebody hit you in your pocket, you'll stop doing that. Because that's the only way people stop. You hit their ass in their pocket. Oh, you tripping? Oh, you just drive violating rights, huh? I need to go find somebody who want to be famous. Find me a lawyer who they don't even want to be paid. They just want to get their name out there so they can get the business. It only take one person to come in and kick the damn door in. You don't need two people to kick no door in. Unless they ain't got no power. The only people that can't kick no door in, they ain't got no power. But the truth of the story has to come out. And a lot of people are sitting on things. They're sitting on info. They're sitting on knowledge, thinking that it's going to happen another way. God don't come another way. People tell that story about how somebody waiting on God. This guy was waiting on God to send a boat, and people just kept asking if he needed a ride or this and that. He didn't take it. Then he asked God right before he died, why you ain't send? I sent help and you denied it. Just because the help ain't dressed like what you think it should be dressed like don't mean you didn't get help. And a lot of you are playing the role of helping and really not helping. Seeing what you can get out the deal. People don't understand where the blessings really come from. How you really got blessed. Who really blessed you? Oh, they blessed you. How did you get blessed? How did you get blessed? Are you blessed? But I just wanted to hit y'all up. You know what I'm saying? If you want the clairvoyant reading for $30, it's like I say, just send in a donation link and then email me. Um, and go from there. If if you want a regular reading, just hit me up, and just send it to me. Um, I think I'm gonna go walk this track for a minute, see what they talking about in here, out here at this park, this hot park. But y'all have a good one. Like I said, it's been good running my mouth with y'all. Um, Angel Girl, I'll just holler at you later. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll catch up. And y'all have a good one. Y'all enjoy y'all days. Enjoy every day. You know what I'm saying? Not just the holidays and the man-made holidays. Create your own holiday. It don't have to be your birthday, or just create your own holiday. Something that you're going to remember, and actually it's something that's going to help you elevate. Every 7th of the month, I'm celebrating because I've completed 2 milestones, and you have 2 milestones. You know what I'm saying? Every you create your own statuses. Just like when you start looking at what they have going on here in the natural, like the governments, you see the holidays. These were milestones. These were milestones that they had gotten past, that they've worked towards. That's what I was saying. If you can understand, and I know it's like maybe a couple of months ago I did a video. It was a live video as well, just talking about being able to be inspired from others, from other things. It may not have been like the best of the opportunities, but still be inspired. It may not have been, you be inspired to create. You can get creativity from anywhere. It don't have to be a big extravaganza for you to get creative. Or if you're in a, excuse me, if you're in a situation where you can go ahead and okay, let's say you have a thriving shopping center, whether it's near your home or not. A shopping center, it stays busy. Is all people are always in the parking lot. People are always coming in and out the stores. It may have different stores in the in that shopping center. If you are lacking creativity, and this is just one idea, you can always go park in that shopping center and just walk. And that main thriving store, go in that store and absorb that energy. But this is planned movement. You have to go somewhere that's thriving, plan to go somewhere that's thriving, and take its energy. See, a business plants that energy. They plant it. We're going to make millions of dollars. We're going to have happy customers. This is the type of thing that you need to plan into your life. Everywhere I go, people are going to want me to touch them. They're going to want me to heal them. You have to plan this and then walk that territory. Absorb the energy that is thriving. Don't go to the hood or a poverty area, because you're going to absorb that energy. That don't get you anywhere. If you are in a certain area or arena and you're trying to get some things done, go in that arena where they're thriving and absorb the energy. See, that's the thing. A lot of people, they know that people absorb their energy. They know energy vampires come in and take and steal from them. But there are certain, you have to know how to go and recharge without having to do sage. You can still do that. But if you go and get live energy, where's live energy? At a place that is thriving. Go get live energy. See, people, it's okay to go meditate in a quiet area. Nobody's there. They're not going to interrupt you. Cool. But if you want energy that you can live off of, especially if you're lacking it, if you're lacking it in your life, if you're dealing with depression, the people that everybody that go to the concert ain't at the concert. It's some people out in the concert absorbing the energy because they don't have it. You have to recreate your energy, and it starts from here. You can't let things just tackle you and take you out, and you ain't even tried to fight for your life. You may have tried, but you never got past the thought process. Get up, put on some clothes, and go absorb some energy. I'm not going to go absorb some energy. That's how I knew I had to go through something a few months ago on energy absorption. I was already dealing with it, but I realized there are people who play like they're sick so that they could, and you would sit around them and they take your energy. You bring your energy into them. It's real out here. But I had already been dealing with going to different places because I had talked to someone about this a while back. The creator had told me to tell them to go into these shopping centers and get this energy because they are an empath. They are a light worker. And people take their energy. So anybody that knows that, or you go through that, you know that you're going to have a few down days where you're just kind of like down and out. You just not, it's not working out well for you at all. You know, you just kind of just, whoa, your energy's low. And it take a while for you to recharge. But if you go to places that are thriving, even if you make it a point to go every day and you're not to go shopping unless that just gives you energy, but I'm saying like to go to these places that are thriving. They have a lot going on. You know, positive. You can't help but come out with positive energy, maybe even some new contacts. The networking strategies are different. It's a whole nother ball game. Because now you feel alive and you'll connect with other live energies. That's why it's hard to be a part of some groups and things of that nature that does not, the benefits are a little different. It's not like what you would think of traditionally with someone and some things. Why? Because the truth of the matter is we all have things that we have to do. Where we're going, how we're going to get there, what it's going to take. But the energy, don't look for energy to come to you right then. Get up and go to a thriving place. Even if you got to pay to park, pay for an hour and go 30 minutes in one direction and 30 minutes back. You have to make this worthwhile because the energy shifts so much, and then you have so many people taking energy. And then like when you're looking at a place where you live, let's say it's not many thriving places. You have to know, and then if you've been urged to move and things of that nature, all of this is energy based. You have to know where you fit in at and what's the best idea for you. Some people get complacent because the rent is cheap, or I'm locked into this deal, and if I leave, I won't be able to get this deal again, and this and that. But you have to believe that there's going to be more added to you. You just can't believe that this is it. And then your energy is steady draining. Because you probably got energy vampires around you, and you're really not looking for places to get energy back at. You're just kind of just doing your thing. But we have to think outside the box. It's okay to go to a thriving business and get energy. Especially if you're an entrepreneur. You need the energy. You need the creativity. When people tap your energy, they tap your thoughts. They tap your moods. They tap your desires. What do you think you're going to tap when you go into a thriving business? Malls used to be a good place to go until I feel like the poverty concept hit. It was already hitting, but it hit real hard because the people who really couldn't afford to be in there were in there. And then it just kind of just, most of the malls have gone downhill now. They're not really just thriving like they used to be. Now it's like the shopping centers and the shopping strips and things of that nature that have more. They're offering more than what they used to, because what? It's the freedom. It almost became a bondage in being inside of a mall. Now, not to take away from the mall, because the malls are still popping. Just passed by two on the way to this park, and parking lot is a beast. So it ain't like they're not popping. You just have to look at the energy that you're looking to harness. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. But it's going to work out. We just have to plan for it to work out. We just can't stay in an energy of it not working out. You know, we have to plan for it. So I think I'm going to go now. Is that all y'all have me to say? Because it looked like I had just kind of just kicked into overdrive right quick. I'll probably schedule to come back on around about 6 and go from there. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And see if anybody needs a reading or whatever. Just whatever energies I pick up, I'll probably talk about. I was going to do some tarot here, but I think I'll probably wait and come back. Or I may just go do a reading. And I may stream a reading live in a few. Okay? Y'all have a good one. It's your girl, NeenaRose. And y'all be blessed.